What is good, internet? It is Spirit of Paradox here, and welcome back to another video. And we are continuing our series of the Dark Ultimates, or Ultimate Comics The Ultimate issue 28, which is a mouthful, and it's about the Dark Ultimates. So if you guys are new to the channel, or fans of the Ultimate Universe in general, this is the channel you want to be on. I'm going to be uploading content surrounding the Ultimate Universe as a lead up to the upcoming event that drops next week as of recording this, Ultimate Invasion, and also Ultimate Universe this November. So if you haven't caught up with this story, do not worry, the playlist will be linked in the description box below and in the pinned comment below. But let's start part 4 of the Dark Ultimates. We begin with a Thor who's just gotten his ass kicked by Dark Ultimates Hulk, and I'm actually quite upset about this. Not because that Thor got defeated, it's his defeat happened off panel. In the last issue you see Dark Ultimates Hulk wielding Ultimate Mjolnir and he's about to win the fight, and we actually didn't see the conclusion of it. Whose idea was that to take that part of the fight out? Like, who doesn't want to see Hulk wielding Mjolnir defeating Thor with it? Oh god, Thor. What? What's wrong? Be glad you can't see him, Clint. Is he alive? Barely. Who the hell did this to him? The Maker speaks through one of his Herbitrons, and he says he challenged Bruce Banner and lost. God in heaven. Tell Richards I want to see him now. I'm here, Captain. Don't get all huffy. We're not going to just sit here and let you have your way with the planet. Heh, have your way with... You're a delightful old fart, Steve. Behold. What are you gonna do? Let some damn robot do your... Oh, give me a break, man. It's a holographic projector. News of the world. We even had it made to be all timey-wimey, so you'd understand. Keep mocking me, boy. The Maker shows a holographic projection of his influence around the world. Dateline, Grozny. A military tribunal attempted to seize control over Parliament, threatening the lives of innocents. But thanks to Reed Richards' Wonder Machines, the Herbitrons, their threat soon became a thing of the past. Meanwhile, in Greece, Pietro Lencha Maximoff shows a few young athletes a thing or two about running. Captain America says, "What the hell is this supposed to prove?" Oh, I can't believe a majority voted for you. We've made this planet a better place, and without a single shot being fired. Keep watching. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner finds himself back where he belongs, in a laboratory. But what is he working on? We'll find out in a moment. Captain America says, "You've stolen their freedom. I have set them free. You had your chance and lost." That Reed Richards, what a swell guy. But it's all fun and games. For example, across the world in the deepest parts of Africa, we see Bruce Banner and Herbitrons attending to crops in Africa. Bruce says, "To think, your people were starving days ago, and this? It's overwhelming. I spent my life wanting so desperately to do good, to do right, and I went so horribly wrong." What went wrong? I don't know. Ego, I suppose. To help people, to make the world a better place, and as Bruce is talking, a big explosion goes off in the background, and one of the workers says, "What was that?" The Death Squads. They did not take too kind to the change of leadership well. They're still trying to take back the village. I'll make sure they get the message. And as Bruce Banner says that, he activates a watch and it says, activating enzyme 34214. And this enzyme allows him to turn into the Hulk. And Bruce Banner says as he's transforming, Banner to Alpha 1, I need additional platoon of Herbitrons dispatched to my location. I'll take the farmer bots in for the first round. We have hostiles attacking. I need all Herbitrons with me and in all attack mode now, as he turns into the Hulk and his uniform takes over his body as well. I have got to say, this is a badass design for Hulk. Like, I really like this suit. Hasbro, Marvel Legends, can you please make a figure of this? I would love this on my shelf. Like Big Man Ting, Dark Ultimates Hulk, Grey Hulk wearing a green maker suit. I dig it. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Hulk runs into the field to see what happens, and he says, robots, begin triage. He takes a look at the scene and says, damn it, we're too late. The Hulk jumps into the air to see if there's anyone leaving the scene, and he sees one vehicle driving off, saying bastards. He catches up to the vehicle, and as he's about to destroy the car, he says, Hulk, smash! Smacking the car into the ground, derailing it completely. The Hulk grabs one of the soldiers from the wreckage and says, why? Why would you kill your own people? As one of the soldiers says, we were following orders. The Hulk starts to get angry and says, I don't know why we even bother trying to save you puny humans. And then his suit starts to talk to him and says, Dr. Banner, your hormone levels and pulse indicate a loss of control. Tranquilizers will be used in 5. As the Hulk continues, I was wrong. The reason I couldn't save or help people is because of scum like you. You deserve to die. And Hulk will count down in 4, 3, 2, 1. As the Hulk says, lucky shit, he drops the soldier. And his suit tells him, hormone levels returning to normal. Then the Hulk starts to revert back into Bruce, as he says, these guys are terrorists. They attacked a village half a mile back. Check for casualties and charge them accordingly. Lethal force if necessary. As the Herbitrons round up the soldiers, they scream for their lives, shouting no, as the Herbitrons disintegrate them. And Bruce Banner walks off into the woods and says, monsters, the whole damn species. In the next page we go to Kang and the Maker in his floating city. And Kang has just found out that the Maker has killed Tony Stark. And he says, you've killed him. It was necessary to extract the stone, Kang. It was necessary to protect your ego. This is not why I shared my knowledge with you. Herbie, 9324. I'm sending you an artificial brainwave duplicated from Stark. Try and feed it into the locks. This was not about turning you into a monster, Reed. It's about saving the world. I'm just making sure it's a world worth saving. Not world. Universe. Ugh. We're ready, Reed. Thank you, Reed. This universe is broken, Reed. It's corrupted. And soon will come down crashing around our heads. And you're rearranging deck chairs. I've seen what comes next. We've calculated every permutation of the future imaginable. And there is no hope for us. No hope but you. Once we have the last stone, the universe itself is ours to rebuild. Interrupting something? Merely planning. And when do I get to find out about these plans of yours? You need to trust me, Pietro. I don't understand why we need them. Pietro. Damn it, Wanda. Shh. Pietro, my pet. They're not mutants. Hell, Richards and Banner are barely human. For those who are wondering why Quicksilver is calling Kang Wanda, is because he is going through hallucinations of him seeing his sister. In the Ultimate Universe, Scarlet Witch dies in the events of Ultimates 3 by Ultron, who shoots her with a special bullet that is designed to attack her DNA. This version of Ultron basically fell in love with Wanda, but he was manipulated by a fake version of Doctor Doom. This is not the official Ultimate Doctor Doom that we see in Ultimatum. That Doctor Doom is still trapped in the zombie or Marvel Zombie universe, and he actually comes back in Future Foundation later in the Ultimate Universe. We finally got confirmation about him seeing Wanda as an illusion in Ultimate Comics X-Men issue number 12, I believe. This is the issue where we see Ultimate Sinister and Ultimate Apocalypse make their return in the Ultimate Universe, and it shows that Quicksilver was hallucinating seeing Wanda and his father. But back to the story. Technically, I'm a being from a different dimension, and Banner, well, what he's done to himself makes him far from human. For future reference, can we adjust our eardrums to hear nearly at any volume? And I don't like you either, Pietro. You're a small-minded little pervert. Now, if you don't mind, we have some grown-up work to do. One of the Herbitrons gets onto the radio to the Maker and says, "Dr. Richards, we've infiltrated the Stark Armory." And one of the Maker clones says, "Fantastic. Thank you, Herbitron 2342A. The other Maker clone says, "We need access to Stark's hybrid silicate thermal shielding if I'm going to get the last gem. Let's go and run a brainwave through the Hulkbuster suit." Good thinking, Reed. You can always use a gigantic suit of armor that can kill. And then we see Quicksilver in the background says, "So glad you finally found someone you love, Richards." In the next page, we go to the Herbitrons infiltrating the Stark Armory, and one of them says, "Sir, all security is offline." Excellent work, 2342A, and it says, "It pleases us to please you. Prepare the upload of Herbitron OS71 I'm not even going to say all of that, to the Armory." As the Herbitron uploads the brainwave into the system, a bolt of electricity goes into the robot, and then we see a holographic image of Iron Man's head in the robot and then goes inside of the system. And when this happens, the Herbitron says, "Detecting a rogue brainwave." With the upload complete, Tony's brainwaves have managed to take over the Stark system, and he says, "Hello, losers. Thanks for the lift. Initiate self-destruct," as we see the Iron Man armor start to self-destruct by saying, "Self-destructing in 3, 2, 1. And all of his armors start to explode, and it actually makes a big explosion outside of the building. And then we see the Maker see the explosion, and he looks scared. And in a moment of panic, the Maker shouts, "Do not feed the brainwave into the Hulkbuster. Block all the transmissions into and out of Alpha 1 immediately. Shield the Hulkbuster from any radio waves immediately. Filter out all non-Alpha 1 signals now. Your body should serve as an effective shield against the transmission." That's the plan. Yes. You said there were no booby traps. I'm sorry, Reed. I detected nothing. Hold on. As the Maker starts to look through his systems, he says, "Huh? Back away from it. The signal wasn't radio. It was originated by Tony Stark, a millisecond before detonation." That's impossible. Tony Stark is dead. And starting to stink. Yes. Curious. No signal breach? Hulkbuster armor is safe? I will commence our backup plans. Quicksilver, sending you coordinates. In the next page, we go to New York, Midtown, and we see a lady walking down the street, and one of the Herbitrons catches her and says, "Attention citizen, you are in violation of curfew." "Please, I missed my bus." "You are in violation of curfew," as we see two arms coming in from behind, as the Herbitron says, "Citizen, please do not approach from behind," and before he could finish his sentence, someone comes in and just smashes the robot to pieces, and that person says, "Finally, the feeling of crushed steel in my hands," and then we see the howling commandos behind him. Nick Fury says, "Calm yourself, Hercules. Sweetheart, you need to get out of here. We have incoming," as a platoon of Herbitrons come towards their location. The Herbitrons come down from the sky saying, "Citizens, please remain a safe distance back. A terrorist group has been discovered." "Howling commandos?" Seriously, Nick? Ugh, my ex-wife Monica Chang, ladies and gentlemen, still cramping my style. And you're a misogynistic... Seriously, Marvel? Where in this comic has Nick Fury been misogynistic? Where? Even Stevens. Ugh. Attack! The Howling Commandos go full head-on assault with the Herbitrons, and they all dish out some serious damage. Hercules goes in for the headlock on one of the robots and says, "Never mind, this bores me as much as all of the necks that I've snapped." And Nick Fury's like, "I'm so glad another god has been bitching at me." And if you've been paying attention to the names on this page, we've also got a very special and brief cameo. And we have Ultimate Danny Catch, who is the Ghost in the Ultimate Universe. He's not a Ghost Rider, but he seems to have the ability to spit out flames from his mouth. And in the Ultimate Universe, he really loves his job. In the next page, we go to Manhattan Medical Center, and we see that Quicksilver is on his way there, and the Maker tells him over the radio, "You understand, yes? You must keep him alive during transport." Ugh, I'm not an imbecile, Reed. Could have fooled me. Ultimate Kang randomly appears around Quicksilver and says, "We need to talk, Pietro." "Not now, I'm busy." "We can't just let your feelings dictate our behavior. You've done that before. I told you I'm fine. You can't run from the truth, and you can't run from me. I have my hands full keeping Reed Richards under control, and I can't keep worrying about you too. Just let me do my job and be done with it. I'm sick of this." "Richards, I found him." "Excellent. Get him back here and prep him for surgery. We've got our fireproof drone." In the next page, we go to the Negative Zone prison cell with 3 of the Ultimates and the Herbitron. Thor says, "By Volstag's nethers, what hit me?" "The Hulk, I think. But normally, he hits like a tiny serving wench. You had us worried. I may near be a god again, but I'm tough enough to survive being hit by that malformed troll." "Where are we? Trapped in a parallel universe waiting to die?" "Ah, so things haven't turned around yet. Your eyes? Don't worry about it. I've still got my other 4 senses. So, impossible odds, grievous bodily injuries, and killer robots. Tis. A shame Stark's not here." Tony manages to take over the Herbitron in the cell, and he says, "Is this thing on? Can you guys hear me?" "Tony?" As Tony explained his plan, we see Quicksilver bringing this mysterious patient to the Maker, and Tony says, "I don't know how long this will last, so listen up. I've got access to Reed's systems barely. I'm on the run in here. I'm monitoring all of his conversations and I think I've determined his weak spot. I've been clogging up his communication network as best I can, and Fury has sent his men on the move. I should probably say hi, but if everything goes according to plan, I should have you back before he gets the last gem and destroys the universe. If not, well, we're all dead anyways. The Maker is starting to catch on and says, "Tony, what the hell are you up to?" Rogers says, "Tony, what the hell are you up to? The last gem? The one Hydra lost in the Earth? They found someone strong enough to withstand the heat and get it back. We have to stop them. Who?" And then we see Quicksilver delivering this mysterious patient to the Maker, prepping him for surgery. And we can see the Maker making all of these extra limbs to do so. And he says, "Wakey, wakey." And then we find out the mysterious patient is Johnny Storm. And the Maker says, "Welcome to the Ultimates, Johnny Storm." As Tony tells the rest of the Ultimates, Sue's brother, the Human Torch, Reed found him in some hospital across town. He got injured during that mutant camp nonsense. And Captain America asks him, "Tony, how do you know all this? Where are you?" And then it takes us to the Tony Stark Armory, and as Tony says, around. And then we start to see one of the armors start to rebuild itself. Iron Man system online. "Welcome back, Mr. Stark." And Tony says, "Not Stark, Iron Man." And that is the end of part 4 of the Dark Ultimates. So, that was Dark Ultimates part 4. And I've got to say, this is probably the weakest issue of the series. It's not bad, but we did get some missed opportunities and we also did get a cop-out. So with the missed opportunity was the conclusion of Ultimate Hulk versus Thor. That would have been a great moment to see. I would have personally loved to see Ultimate Hulk wield Ultimate Mjolnir a little bit more. And then also the death of Antonio Stark was a cop-out. Even though it was serious and it did add to the plot, and it also adds to the plot in the next issue, but it was still a cop-out nonetheless. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Did you guys enjoy this issue or did you not? But before I go, I have got to say, if you guys are fans of the Ultimate Universe, this is the channel you want to be on. I'm going to be uploading content surrounding the Ultimate Universe on the channel, and I'm also going to be doing this as a lead up to the upcoming events of Ultimate Invasion and Ultimate Universe. We are only 7 days, people, until we get to see the continuation of the Ultimate Universe again. So I just want to say thank you for all of the continued support, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.